Hi, ladies and gents. Forgive me if I sound high. I'm not, I'm tired. I've been up all night watching a Russian fighting a black man, a boxing match, and it was quite good. But while I was watching it, I muted it and I watched a video of Paddy Conroy's. Now, I've been a critic of Paddy Conroy's in the past, but really this was the first time I've actually sat and watched one of his videos and actually understood it and enjoyed it. I mean, he actually has a point, doesn't he? So I assume that Humphrey is Stephen Sears, and I assume that we all know who Mr. Freemason is. That's Stephen Rafe. So, and he's on about when they went for the lie detector test. And I thought that was quite a good video. I liked it. I watched it. I watched all Stephen Rafe's videos on the matter. But one thing he has a point about is that lie detectors do focus on a narrative and they can't expand on the narrative, so they can't ask other questions surrounding it because they wouldn't get an accurate result. It's just polygraph technology. It doesn't work that way. You've got to ask a set of questions about something, and it's got to be predetermined, because otherwise it'll give you a false reading anyway, even if you let them ask you whatever they want to, because it doesn't only just measure your heart rate. It measures the response of your body, the response of your eyes, the response of your muscles, if you're shaking or not. I know that because that's the reason why I can't take one. I've got a spastic condition, and if I was to take a lie detector test, and I found this out by nearly going on Jeremy Kyle way back when, they said if you were to take a lie detector test, you wouldn't be able to take it because you've got a spastic condition. In other words, I could be making myself out to be a liar when I wasn't. Now, I'm not saying that Stephen Sears did that. I'm not saying the lie detector was at fault or anything like that, but Paddy does have a point. You can't just ask general questions. You've got to deliberately lie on some of the questions so they can get an accurate reading for when you're telling the truth on the other questions, if that makes sense. It does to me anyway. So if you're asked one question where you've got to deliberately tell a lie, and then ask another question where you've got to deliberately tell the truth, your heart presumably is going to react differently on each question. But Paddy does have a point this time, he really does. I mean, to be honest with you wonder what Stephen Rafe and Stephen Sears and the rest of them, why they would go all the way to London and pay £300 just to ask their own set of questions. I mean, I know YouTube pays well if you've got subscribers and viewers, but it doesn't pay that well for you to go all the way down to London, pay you £300 for this lie detector man, and sit there all day and even be asked the questions that you want asked. So, I mean, you'd have to be a mug to do it, wouldn't you? Unless you're getting a backhander of somebody like a sponsor or a benefactor. You know what I mean? This is where he could have a point about the Masons. I've been recruited by the Masons a few times, very discreetly. When they go after you, they go after you. When they want you, they want you. And they're always talking on the square, having a conversation on the square. Now, basically, in layman's terms, that's having a conversation on the QT, keeping things under wraps. So I wonder if the Masons, the Freemasons, are all bankrolling all these lie detector tests that the Sayers and Stephen Rafe's organising. He does have a point, Paddy, this time actually, and I'll be really interested, to follow his next, upcoming videos. So give him a listen, be sure to. Give me a listen, like the videos, subscribe, share them, and thanks for listening tonight.